Hey guys, my name's Adele Wilkinson. I'm a musician from Leicestershire in the UK. I make alternate songs and I also do instrumentals as well. My current latest single is Tomorrow Never Came, which is out now on all streaming platforms and available everywhere. There's also a music video on this channel if you want to go check that out as well. And I also have a full album out called Lost and Found, which is available in physical form on the Yellow Belly Records website, or you can get it all on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all that lot. So anyway, in this video I thought I would discuss 5 different ways I come up with song ideas and music ideas, and maybe you're sitting at home wondering, I want to make songs and I want to make music, but you just don't know where to get the inspiration from, what you can do, what might help and that sort of thing. So that's what I want to cover in this video. So the first way I come up with song ideas is literally just by doing some messing around. So this is usually on a guitar or on my keyboard, just usually MIDI keyboard, and I sort of experiment with different synths and different sounds, and I'm just playing around, and then suddenly there'll just be a riff or a loop that just works, and I know it's a goer and I know it's a good one if I'm just playing it over and over and I'm just like, oh, I love this, I would choose to listen to this. And it just gets you really excited, you just get in the flow, and then I find it really exciting to then build layers onto that. So I'll usually do my bass bit on top. Some people just start with drum and bass, but I prefer to start with a riff because I'm very melody focused. So the way I do my songs is I always do the instrumental first and then I put the lyrics on after if it's going to be a song. Obviously if it's an instrumental it stays as instrumental, but yeah, I tend to do that, and I will do sort of my piano parts, keys, guitar, riff or whatever, and then I'll start adding usually my strings, because if you know my music and my channel, I'm a violinist. I've played violin since I was 5, so I incorporate strings a lot into what I do. So I may end up putting a kind of a drone underneath it, or I'll have a string melody, a violin melody that will go underneath the main riff, or in some cases the violin will be the main riff in songs like Lucky Day, which is on this album. And I also loop that live when I perform with a loop pedal. That the violin is like the main riff and a lot of it's violin based with my singing on top. So whatever instrument I'm kind of holding at the time, sometimes it's ukulele, I'll just start looping on it. I'll be like, oh, I really like this. And then I'll just start to add other things on, like a bass underneath, then the drums, and all of the rest will come sort of naturally later. Sometimes I write songs really quickly, sometimes they take months, honestly. There's no real right or wrong to this as well. Some people start with the lyrics first, and that's fine as well, but I tend to do the music first. The second way I get ideas for songs is literally by just going for a walk. I might be going for one after I filmed this, especially on a lovely sunny day, or it doesn't always matter. I'm just walking along, and it allows me to kind of daydream. A bit more on that later as well. And it just allows me to just get ideas. I will literally be walking and my brain will just come up with tunes. I can't, explain it. It just happens. But yeah, I would say go for a walk. It can trigger ideas and that sort of thing. Just have some time to yourself, chill and be calm as well on your walk. Just especially if it's in nature. I find that does tend to help when you're just out in nature. And, just taking in all the sights, sound, smells, it just triggers something creative in some people, I guess. And you'll start getting ideas for songs. And when you get back, try and record that and capture it, or do these weird whisper recordings that I sometimes do when I get back, because I'm like, I don't want to make noise at the time, or I don't have time to do any recording. So I'll just get my voice recorder when I get back and be quickly capture it on a voice note of the tune I've got in my head, and then I'll save that and come back to it later and record it when I have the time. The third way I get inspiration for new song ideas and new music ideas is literally by listening to other music. And this isn't about copying, let me just be clear, do not go and plagiarize someone else's work, but when I listen to a song I love, I think, oh my god, I just love it, and I listen to it really properly as well. I listen to all the instruments in it. I always listen till the end of the song as well. I never really cut songs off, I don't like doing that, and it makes me want to go and write, because I'm like, I want to write something like that. And particularly at the minute, the song Reckoner by Radiohead. I'm a Radiohead and Coldplay fan primarily, but yeah, I love other artists as well. But honestly, that song I'm obsessed with. I just think it's beautiful. The strings, all the arrangement, everything in it is amazing. And yeah, I just really, really want to do a song like that when I hear it. And the cool thing is about this as well is you can learn from other artists. So say, for example, a song like Reckoner, I might sort of listen to it even more carefully and be like, wait, what are they actually doing there? Why is that working? You can watch analysis videos on how the songs were made. But the cool thing is about listening to other artists' work before doing your own is that you can kind of study what they did. So I did this with the Viva La Vida album by Coldplay. I went and found the demos and you can just hear like how they're getting ideas. And you just maybe pick even just a rhythm, especially with Reckoner by Radiohead or any of their songs. I really got into like syncopation and stuff since listening to them. So you can just take little techniques and be like, oh, I want to apply that to my song. It's a bit like if you write stories and things, they always say that reading other books will give you more inspiration because you learn from reading and you get a wide variety of vocabulary so that you can then apply that to your work. It's kind of the same with music, really. So just keep listening to a variety of different music. You really like that technique or you like that instrument. Maybe you'll use more of that instrument in your songs in future, for example. I know since listening to Radiohead, I think my rhythm and timings got better, to be quite honest with you, because their timings are crazy. The fourth way I come up with ideas for my songs, and this is more to do with the lyrics side of things, I sometimes look at pictures, like just images, photography, that sort of thing. That might inspire like a few words. I also write about maybe like a situation I'm facing. Like often artists will think about how they're feeling. It's a bit like poetry, really. How are you feeling at the time? Maybe write about that. Maybe write about a situation you're reacting to, maybe something in the world that's going on you're reacting to. You can write about literally anything you want pretty much. So it's just kind of what feels natural to you. And yeah, authenticity really is the key. So be authentic in your songs if you can be. Sometimes you may be asked to do a song for something. So maybe like a film, a short film or something. In those situations, obviously you'd be looking at what are the characters doing? How are they going to be feeling in this situation? I'll write about that. So I think the drama Killing Eve was a great example of songs that really reflected the characters and really brought out the characters more. So that's a great example of if you've been asked to do a song for like a short film or a project, how powerful it can be in that sense. And it might be easier for some people maybe like to think about that and that be an inspiration for their lyrics. I mean, you could even base it on a character that already exists and use that as your inspiration, like from a TV show or something, and decide, I'm going to write a song about this character from this, just for ideas. You know, you don't even have to say it's about that if you don't want to, but if it helps you, then go for it. So the fifth and final way I get ideas for songs and music is daydreaming. And this kind of links back with what I was saying in point number 2 about just going for a walk, because you can kind of just daydream whenever you've got some spare moments, you know, like in your room or something, or it's a nice day outside, maybe you're staring out the window, just daydreaming about stuff. When you're on public transport, just let your mind wander a bit and see what ideas you come up with. A lot of creative ideas I get when I'm daydreaming. Not always music ideas, but any creative idea. But yes, music includes that, and I'll get tune ideas when I'm daydreaming about stuff. Sometimes I'm daydreaming whilst listening to other music, which means I don't really come up with music ideas, but it might help me in other creative areas of my life, you know, when I'm coming up with ideas. So daydreaming is a great thing to do for that sort of thing. If you've got some spare moments, I would take advantage of that as a creative person. It's great to have that skill to be able to like create ideas and create music and hear tunes, you know. That's a great thing. So yeah, definitely lean into that if it comes naturally to you. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful in terms of like how you can come up with ideas for your songs and your music. If you have any other ideas, please put them in the comments below and just share it with each other. Share what helps you. If you agree with some of these points, then let me know, or whatever you think. That'd be great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And here's just a reminder again that my latest song, Tomorrow Never Came, is out now. Here's a little clip. So that's Tomorrow Never Came, and it's on all streaming platforms. And you can also get my full album Lost and Found on physical form on the Yellow Belly Records website, or you can just stream it on all the streaming platforms as well. So there's that. I've been Adele Wilkinson. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.